Back in 2020, massive wildfires swept through Brazil's central wetlands, the Pantanal. The disaster was devastating to the region's wildlife. According to one study, at least 17 million vertebrates died as consequence. Many animals were killed directly by the fire or wounded by it, like the stuyuyu bird rescued with a severe burn on its wing, and many more were affected by the loss of their habitat, like the majestic onça pintada, the spotted jaguar, the largest cat in the Americas.
The jaguar is at the top of the food chain. It needs prey, it's a predator, and it needs a large territory to feed and fulfill its environmental role, which has to do with controlling the numbers of other species. And the other problem is the hunting. We have seen an increase in this activity in Brazil recently.
Habitat destruction fueled by deforestation, human exploitation, and climate change is the main reason for the dramatic loss of biodiversity listed in this year's Living Planet report produced by the World Wildlife Fund. According to the report, global populations of wildlife are down 69% since 1970. The worst scenario was found in Latin America and the Caribbean, which have seen a 94% loss. Globally, freshwater species like the boto cor-de-rosa, the Amazon's pink river dolphin, were the most affected, declining 83%.
The 2022 World Wildlife Fund's Living Planet report is alarming due to the scale of global biodiversity loss. But there are also actions, initiatives and technologies that could help slow down the problem and, in some cases, even reverse losses.
Costa Rica's dedication to the environment was cited as a key example of how governments can affect change. National parks there now cover about 30% of the country's landmass. This Brazilian researcher who took part in the report says getting accurate information is essential to taking appropriate action.
We need a lot of knowledge that we will try to improve our research, but in Brazil specifically is a little bit more difficult because you don't have a robust database. And some countries in the world you have a better databases, so you can reach for these special solutions better.
This small company in São Paulo that's been making low-cost wildlife monitoring cameras for 20 years is now working to develop technology to allow more efficient and widespread research using RFID tags that are light, cheap and do not need batteries. They could be permanently attached to animals to monitor their population in the wild.
Para facilitar a vida do pesquisador.
We want to make the work of the researcher easier, so indirectly we hope to help to expand research that could help to preserve biodiversity.
The planet's biodiversity is clearly threatened. Environmentalists say urgent and coordinated actions are needed to reverse trends and prevent more serious losses to come. Paulo Cabral, CGTN, São Paulo.